So in this video today guys, I wanted to give you all an updated tutorial on how to play with a stretched resolution in Fortnite. I'll start the video off with explaining what one is and how it works. I'll then list the pros and cons of using one, and then I'll finally show off the best resolutions that you guys should use, along with a tutorial of how to set up stretched resolution for yourselves. Guys, if this video does help out, then please be sure to 1. Drop a like on the video, and 2. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Now though, let's go ahead and start this video off with answering the question of what is a stretched resolution. So guys, a stretched res is basically a method of stretching your game's resolution to get an advantage by going into the game config files and changing the resolution values in order to, well, stretch your game. However, these days the stretched part isn't exactly what it used to be back in chapter 1 of Fortnite, because back then guys, when you used a stretched resolution, your entire FOV would get stretched out and you just have this huge advantage of getting like the best FOV ever, as you can see on screen. Sadly though, this was short-lived as Fortnite did change it for competitive integrity. Now though, currently in game, Fortnite have made it so when you do stretch your resolution like we will in this video, you no longer get that extra FOV on the X and Y axis, making stretched res overall not as beneficial as it once was, but I still believe to this day it is still worth using for many of you out there for some of the advantages I'm going to move on to right now. The biggest advantage you'll get from using a stretched resolution is the FPS boost / gain, as with us lowering our resolution pixels from the default native 1920 by 1080 to obviously lower to get the stretched resolution, like let's say 1650 by 1080. What this does is it makes the game easier to process and run because of those lowered amount of resolution pixels and in turn the lower graphics quality. So overall this makes the game easier to run on our PCs, which gives us more FPS and in turn lower input delay. On top of that as well guys, there's another advantage, which is the increase of player models. What happens is when you do stretch your resolution, this also increases the size of the player models along with kind of everything else, but there's a sort of placebo effect going on, is because those player models are bigger along again with everything else, this makes your aim a lot better, as you'll notice that enemies inside of close quarters, like let's say box fights for example, you'll notice that with their player models being bigger or at least looking bigger, they're easier to hit, hence why you see insane players like Martoz using stretched resolution still to this day. Not all insane players though are using stretched resolution, and this brings me to the cons of using it, which the first con is the most obvious one, and that is the FOV decrease, and then the second con is another very obvious one, and that is the graphics quality decrease as well. So if any of these two cons affect you, you may want to also stick to native, as many other pros in Fortnite have, but again not all of them are. Many are on stretched resolution as we speak, which if you guys are one of those people that are wanting to use a stretched resolution in Fortnite, here's some great ones on screen right now. For the FPS game ones, I recommend using these ones right here, as these are perfectly suited to get the most FPS possible. And then on the right hand side, we've got the most popular stretched resolutions that the pros are using right now. So in here, you've got resolutions from players like Martoz, insane players, where he's using like 1650 by 1080, for example, and there's just a ton more in there, and overall these resolutions on screen should help you in one way or another, again if you are wanting to use a stretched resolution. Moving on, now that you guys should have picked a stretched resolution to use from the list I literally just showed, now let me show you guys how to set up a stretched resolution. So to set it up guys, all you want to do is go over to your Windows desktop and press the following keys at the same time. That's Windows key plus R. This will then open up a run box, and inside here guys you want to type in the following command, that's %, local, app, data, and then %, again, just like that. Then press OK. A local folder should then appear. Inside of here you want to look for Fortnite. I recommend just pressing F a couple of times and you'll see it appear right there. Double click that, go into saved, go into config, go into Windows client, and then in here guys you'll see the game user settings file. What this is it's your Fortnite game config. Now before we do go ahead and edit it, which you guys will have to do in a second, I recommend that you all go into properties first and then make sure that the read only box is unchecked, because if this is checked it means that none of the things we're about to edit will be saved. So it's really important guys, before you make any edits to the config in itself, you make sure that this is unchecked. Once you've double checked that guys, just click out of it and then right click on the config file and press edit. Once inside of your Fortnite config, if you just scroll down to near the bottom, you should see a couple of command lines that have resolution in them. So these ones right here, you've got resolution size X, Y, and then you've also got the last user confirmed resolution. It's really important, guys, that whatever resolution you want to use in Fortnite, you make sure that you put it in this block right here. So for me, I want to use Martoz's resolution, which is 1650 by 1080. So I'm just going to go ahead and change the X on here, the first line, and then X again on the second line. So make sure that both of these match like so. And if you guys are changing the Y resolution, you'd obviously do that as well. But this right here is the exact resolution I want to use. So that's what I've got in my Fortnite game config. And once you've set it up like that, guys, all you have to do is press File, click on Save, then close down the config. But before exiting out one more time, guys, you want to go ahead and right click on your config file and do the opposite of what I said before. So you want to go ahead, go into the properties, and make sure read only is checked this time. Once you have edited it and put in your desired stretched resolution or any resolution, go ahead, guys, click read only, press apply, press OK, and what that'll do is it'll prevent Fortnite from changing or resetting your resolution when you do go ahead and open the game. But after you have done that, guys, just go ahead and close this down, and then on your Windows desktop, you want to go ahead and right click on it and open up your NVIDIA control panel. And inside of the NVIDIA control panel, guys, we want to go ahead and change a few settings in here to prevent any sort of issues with stretched resolution, such as black bars. Just any issues this should fix. So in here, guys, you want to go ahead and go on the display tab on the left hand side and click on change resolution. And inside of here, guys, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and click customize, as this is where we're going to make a brand new resolution which should match the resolution that you've just put in your Fortnite config. So go ahead, click on create custom resolution, and then whatever resolution you literally just put in the config before, put it in here to match. So mine is going to be 1650 by 1080, just like that, guys. Then you want to go ahead and press test and just go through the process. After doing that, guys, you'll notice that it's created a new custom resolution, and whenever you guys are wanting to play your stretched resolution, it's very important that you launch this right here, which was whatever resolution you've just selected. I'm not going to do that right now though, guys, because I'm going to show you the next step, which is to go under display again, and then under adjust desktop size and positioning. In here, guys, you want to make sure that the scaling mode is on full screen, and then you also want to make sure that the perform scaling is on display, as these options right here will give you the lowest amount of input delay possible. And once you guys have set this up along with your resolution to actually play the specific resolution you want to play, make sure you select the resolution that you've just created, as well as the one that's matching the one that you've put in your Fortnite config. So mine is 1650 by 1080. You're going to go ahead, guys, double click on this, press apply, press yes, and you'll notice it's changed your resolution. Now you're all good to go, guys. Just open up Fortnite, and now, guys, when you go into Fortnite and you open the game, you will notice you have your stretched resolution now 100% working. You'll notice, guys, the FPS straight away is way better, and I really hope this all benefits you all. Remember, you don't have to use this, and many pros actually don't. They do choose to use native, again, because of those cons. But if the advantages or pros do appeal to you and it's something that you want, I highly recommend using stretched resolution. Again, any of the stretched resolutions I mentioned earlier should work really well for you. But go ahead, guys, give it a go, try it out in game, and leave a like on this video if it has helped out. That's all I've got for this video today, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one.